Ever want to know what it's like to be very rich? Take a look at Prince Mateen of Brunei. He's not just living big, he's changing what it means to be extravagant. Imagine yourself as the owner of the largest house in the world, with a collection of exotic pets as pets. That sounds crazy, right? Let's start at the top and look into Prince Mateen's fancy life. Prince Mateen, the fourth son and 10th child of King Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah of Brunei, attended top schools like Jadong International School, Paduka Siri Ban Sultan Science College, and St Andrews School. He earned a Bachelor of Arts in International Politics from King's College London and a Master of Arts in International Relations and Policy from the University of London School of Oriental and African Studies. Prince Mateen is also an officer in the Royal Brunei Air Force and a renowned polo player in Southeast Asia. His success has been remarkable, starting at the Royal Military Academy Sandhurst in 2010 and rising to full captain in 2017. He excelled in helicopter training at RAF Cranwell and earned his aviator badge in 2018. Prince Mateen plans to become a regular Sikorsky UH-60 Black Hawk pilot and is making news as a diplomatic envoy, meeting world leaders like President Joe Biden and Boris Johnson. He also developed the idea for the Jab Boxing Gym, a luxurious way of life. The royal family of Brunei, which includes Prince Mateen, isn't ashamed to show off their huge wealth. Prince Mateen owns a gym and is a flying officer in the Royal Brunei Armed Forces. Since Prince Mateen is one of the 12 children of Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, the King of Brunei, and is worth about $30 billion, you can guess that he lives a very fancy life and doesn't mind showing off his money. The royal family is very big and they own about 7,000 cars worth a whopping $5 billion. These cars include 550 Mercedes-Benzes, 450 Ferraris, and 6 Bentley Dominators that were built just for them. It's crazy that each of these cars costs $4.6 million a year. It is clear that the king and his family are very rich because they drive the newest and flashiest cars. Sultan Hassan al-Bolkiah, Prince Mateen's respected father, is one of the richest people in the world. He has a net worth of about $30 billion. Lavish lifestyle. He has a big house with lots of nice things. He has some really cool cars like a Ferrari and a Rolls-Royce that is covered in gold. One of his private jets is covered with gold and costs about $400 million all by itself. He's also not afraid to brag about his money on social media. He posts a lot of pictures on Instagram of himself in very expensive clothes and at fancy places. Millions of people follow him and love seeing how fancy his life is. There are clothes from the most expensive stores in London in his room. Some of them cost as much as $1,105,000 each. He also likes watches, and he has one that is worth more than $100,000. He also likes fancy watches and cars, and he even has a tiger cub as a pet. Doesn't it look like something from a fairy tale? Palace life. He almost seems like he would like to live in a palace like the British royal family. Yes, you're right on. In the middle of Brunei is the beautiful Istana Nurul Lian Palace. It's the world's largest private home, and Prince Mateen calls it home sweet home. Do you believe it? It has a huge 1,788 rooms and 257 bathrooms, which shows how well off the Brunei royal family is. This amazing place costs $1.3 billion, but hey, that's what you'd expect for a castle that's over 2.2 million square feet and so big, right? There are gold and diamond decorations all over Istana Nurul Iman, making it look like a wealth chest. Plus, there are 5 huge swimming pools and an eating hall that can fit 5,000 people. Prince Mateen really enjoys swimming in those pools. Not only that, but there is a mosque that can fit 50,000 people and a barn with air conditioning for 200 polo horses. What a fancy life. Expensive hobbies. Prince likes a lot of things like having fun, being happy, and having a lot of money. First, he really loves football. He looked up to famous football player David Beckham when he was younger, and he also really likes Manchester United. It's also cool that he's really good at football himself. He played soccer as a kid and still thinks David Beckham is cool. He really enjoys sports and working out. He posts pictures of himself fighting, playing football, golf, martial arts, and even bungee jumping on Instagram. Also, guess what? He's thinking about trying mixed martial arts, especially the very tough Muay Thai. There's more though. Besides those things, he likes to swim, scuba dive, golf, skydive, row, play tennis, and ride horses. Let's talk about his polo game. Prince says he's not just having fun, he's playing for his country, Brunei. He played twice for his country in the Southeast Asian Games in 2017. Both times he was with his sister, Princess Azima. Being able to do more than one thing at once is one of his favorite things about the sport. What else do you know? Of course, Prince Matthew also loves to travel. He has visited many interesting places such as the Mediterranean, warm islands, and the sea or desert on horseback. His Instagram is full of pictures of the things he does. This just proves how well Prince manages his money and hobbies. A fancy wedding. Prince Mateen used to be famous for being one of the sexiest single men in Asia. He married Anisha Rosner in a very fancy royal wedding though, and he's no longer looking for a wife. Their wedding in the beginning of 2024 lasted more than 10 days and was so fancy that it was fit for a king or queen. The clothes they wore were very fancy, like princess dresses and a diamond-covered tiara. They drove a very expensive Rolls-Royce to the wedding, and the party took place in a very fancy hall. The suit that Prince Mateen wore was very fancy and probably cost a lot of money. Anisha wore a lovely off-white dress, a collar, and earrings that sparkled all over. What about that tiara Anisha wore? It was borrowed from Princess AA and cost a huge $12 million. It was very fancy because it had 838 diamonds on it. She wore a lot of different dresses to the wedding, each one better than the last. There was a white dress with jewels all over it and a red dress with gold stitching that showed how rich and fancy their family is. So yeah, the wedding was pretty big. It showed that Prince Mateen and Anisha like the nicer things in life. This is it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. If so, then share your thoughts in the comments and also share this video with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon so you can never miss our video.